Welcome to Feng Shui Living, the podcast designed for busy women who want to de-stress, live with intention, and create a home that truly supports their well-being. Each week, I'll bring you practical tips, insightful ideas, and simple strategies to enhance both your home and your life. Let's get started. Hey there, if you're loving this episode and want to take it a step further, my book, Aligned at Home, is a great next step. And I also recently created a companion workbook to help you actually apply what you're learning in your own space, in your own home. Both are linked in my show notes. Hello, friend, and welcome to Feng Shui Living Podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Morton. Welcome. Happy to have you. I've been having so much fun on some of these episodes lately. They've been maybe going a little deeper, maybe a little more reflective topics. And we've been talking about, feeling stuck, about the different seasons of our lives, how our homes support us emotionally. And while I really enjoyed them, and I hope you have too, I know I've gotten some great feedback about these. Like, oh my gosh, this episode made me realize something that I didn't, or it kind of opened my eyes. I've had fun getting feedback from you guys. But today, I'm just in this springy mode. And so I actually had a whole other episode planned and I scrapped it. And I put together my 5 simple feng shui shifts that you can do this weekend that will make a noticeable difference in how your home feels. So I also just returned from an amazing trip. It was sort of a mini book tour. I left my home, drove up through Detroit, and then stayed the night in Western Ontario, spent some time in Toronto with my amazing friend Magda, along with my new friend Orsi, who is, by the way, one of the most amazing designers in the whole Toronto area, and also just amazing human. They hosted an event for me that I will never forget. Sometimes I go to talk about my book or I go teach a class and it's informational and it's great. But this was really different and really special. It was peaceful and quiet and loving. They invited, 20, 25 women that were just like, they knew what they were in for. They were excited to learn. They're open to energy and self-care and their environment and self-growth. And every woman in this room was just magical. And so we sit down and I'm like, let's just wing it and see where it goes. I had a rough idea of what I was originally going to do, but we just sat around in this living room, one giant circle, and I threw out some information, gave a little bit of background, read a section from my book, but we opened it up to conversation, to stories, to experiences. We explored them a little bit, and it was the most beautiful thing. So I'm thinking, let's do more of these living room sessions. Even if you don't live near me, let's plan something. This was really great. One thing I realized, though, when I was working with these women and we were talking and having these conversations, it was less about teaching feng shui and more just like easy things we can do, right? There are so many easy things you can do, from going out to dinner and putting yourself in the command position to simple, just wiping down the counters in your kitchen and maybe reciting a mantra. These beautiful small moments really add up. And I loved sharing this with them. And so I'm like, okay, today's episode, we're going to scrap this kind of in-depth topic that I have. And I'm going to give you 5 simple shifts, 5 shifts that you can do this weekend, that you can take on, that I know you'll love. I know you'll feel it. These aren't complicated. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to remodel. These are just small, intentional changes that will help you shift your space and you'll feel it. So let's start. Number one in my 5 simple feng shui shifts that you can do this weekend. Number 1 is to clear your entryway. Start at the front door. However, I also want you to check the door you're coming in the most, because a lot of people don't enter and exit through their front door. They're going through the garage. And I talk about the front door being the mouth of qi and feng shui, and it's so important. But I also want you to check the door that you're coming in through every day. I see it all the time. Shoes, bags, piles, Amazon packages, right? Or piles of things that just don't really have a place. Now, I'm not here to get down. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm trying to make you feel guilty or judged. I just want you to kind of find a little awareness, because sometimes we're so busy we don't realize what's piling up or what's happening. Even if the entire rest of your home feels fine, this entry can really affect everything. It's where you're passing through as you're shifting from your exterior world into your home, private, cozy world. So here is your shift for the weekend. Clear the space as much as you can. Does that mean you have to tidy every inch? No. Maybe set a timer for 10 minutes, but tidy it up. If it feels too dark, maybe it just feels too dark, add a lamp. Check out the light bulbs. Just make it feel welcoming. So when you walk in, you're greeted by a space you enjoy and a space that functions for you versus a space that brings you stress and anxiety, right? And if this is your front door, think of it as that first impression whenever you have guests. It's kind of setting the tone for their experience at your home. And it also tells them what you're all about. So just to be mindful. So number 1 is clear your entryway. All right. Number 2, I want you to remove storage from the bedroom. Gosh, we talked a lot about this last Friday night with all the women too. I want your bedroom to be the most supportive space in your home. The space where you can go and rejuvenate yourself. The space where you can go and you can fully relax, because it's so important to get really good sleep. Oftentimes, though, it becomes that catch-all room where there's extra boxes, where laundry piles up. Dirty, clean laundry, laundry that's folded that needs to go to a room, or things that, again, just don't belong anywhere else, so we'll put it in the bedroom. But even small amounts of this can affect how you rest, especially beneath the bed. Pull out what is beneath your bed. Take a look. Now, oftentimes people think, well, it's just storage, but a lot of the storage can have emotional ties to it. So while you don't think it's really doing anything or bothering you, it is subconsciously bringing your energy down, weighing on you. So here's your shift. Remove one thing that doesn't belong in your bedroom. Just one thing. Easy peasy, you can do this. I want your bedroom to be a place where your body can fully relax and not a space that reminds you of tasks that you didn't get done that day. Okay, so number 2 is remove the storage or storage energy from your bedroom. You can do this. All right, fix number 3 is to find that one energy stopper. We had a recent episode where I talked about feeling stuck and how to move forward. And even if you might not think you have a lot of this, we most often kind of have one spot that blocks us. I see them everywhere. Every home has them. I know I have to be mindful in my own home. It could be that one drawer, that one corner, that one room, or maybe a surface filled with certain things. Maybe it's that pile you just keep walking past and you're like, I'm just going to keep on walking past it every day. And you know what I'm talking about. These are what I call energy stoppers. They're not always obvious, right? But they slowly drain your energy. So this weekend, I want you to find it and clear it. And then give that space some love. My energy stopper is, oh my gosh, I cannot stand the junk drawer. Although my good friend Crystal years ago gave me the idea of, instead of calling it a junk drawer, let's call it a supply drawer. And wow, doesn't that have a different ring to it? And it feels different. And I even want to keep it a little more organized. But it's right there in our kitchen. It's right on the corner. Everything's in it, but it drives me mad. And I know that is my energy stopper. Well, there's nothing really of value significant in here. I know, because of its location, because we go there so often. It is that energy stopper that drives me crazy. So I'm going to address that for sure. And this one thing, I want you to make sure you clear it completely, not just start. So do what you can to pick that thing, right? That you can fully finish. I don't want it to be halfway. I don't want it to be good enough. I want it to fully clear it, right? This will help create more momentum. And the more momentum we get in our environments, the more energy shifts, the more everything flows. Okay, so number 3 was find your energy stopper and address it. And on to number 4, I want you to adjust one thing in your living room. Adjust one thing in your living room. You know, the living room is where connection happens, where interaction happens. We have discussions, we share stories, we talk about important topics. We might listen to music together or sit together and read books. You're right. It's just a very important place. But sometimes the layout just doesn't quite work, right? It could be the furniture feels a little awkward. And so you notice that conversations just don't flow. It might feel like they're too far apart and you have to speak loud and you can't have this intimate conversation. So instead of overthinking about your space and instead of thinking you need to buy all new furniture and completely remodel your room, I want you to move one thing. Maybe that's a chair. Maybe that's an end table with a lamp on it. Maybe that's an ottoman. Maybe that's moving the sofa. And it doesn't have to be moving it across the room. Maybe it's even angling it a bit or moving one chair closer to the next. Just even these small adjustments can really impact your connection, your conversation, and that connection with the other people. It's such a beautiful thing. And I want you to have the most wonderful, beautiful connections with your friends, your family, your loved one. Maybe that's even your dog on your lap. I want everything to feel like it's working together and flowing together, not like it's disconnected. So tip number 4 or fix number 4 is adjust one thing in your living room. All right. And number 5, this just, of course, has to be on my list. Number 5 is to add one fresh natural element. This is one of the simplest, but kind of can feel like the most impactful by bringing in something fresh into your space. Of course, I love a plant, a beautiful house plant, maybe a bouquet of fresh flowers. Maybe it's some new aromatherapy. Maybe it's even as simple as simply opening the blinds more and pulling the draperies open and allowing more light in. It doesn't mean you have to invest in anything. It can be a very simple shift, like allowing more light in. Fresh energy changes things almost instantly. There's no denying that feel when you walk in with a fresh bouquet of flowers and you put them on the center of your dining table and it just fills the whole room with a different feeling. There's no denying that. you can almost think of it as giving your home a fresh breath, right? You know that feeling at the end of a long day, you walk in, you take a big breath, and you feel your shoulders drop and your energy just settle a bit. I want that for your home. So add one fresh element to your home. So these are easy. These are fun. And I don't want these to take all weekend, but I encourage you to take these on and remember that even the smallest bit, smallest adjustment, even rotating that chair like 3 degrees, right, can make an impact. All right. If you are enjoying making these shifts and want to learn a little more about these types of things you can do to your home, these types of actions and adjustments, this is exactly what we do in my Aligned at Home Collective, my monthly membership group. And I'm offering right now 30 days of free access to the group. It's a beautiful monthly call with some really amazing women. And you get the replay if you can't join live, along with a free digital download of my Aligned at Home workbook and some other goodies. So I would love to have you join. Reach out to me to get your 30 days free. It's not on the website. You have to connect with me to get that. I'd love to have you join and check it out. And after that, it's a super reasonable rate for the membership. And gosh, with that, friend, I will see you at our next episode. Take care and good luck with everything this weekend. Okay, one quick thing before you go. I have something really exciting to share with you. So many of you know my amazing friend and assistant, Maggie. If you've read the workbook, if you've downloaded a guide, or even read the newsletter, Maggie has her hand in all of this, and I couldn't do my work without her. But you might not know that she is an amazing trained astrologer and she's a co-host on a podcast called Celestial Curiosities along with Melly Newbeck. And these two women are amazing. But what I'm excited to share with you, if you have ever considered learning about astrology, now is your chance. They are launching their inaugural course called Celestial Essentials. It's a foundational course for people who they're curious about astrology, but they want that structured, practical way to learn it. And these women are exactly who you need to go to. So I will put some links in the show notes. Please check it out. Special thanks to our sponsor, Elevated Living School of Holistic Design and Feng Shui. For more information, head over to the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share this episode with a friend. We'll see you next time.